Good morning and happy Sunday. Really excited to talk to you today because I know for a lot of us it's kind of the last stretch effort until we get to spring, and we are all ready for it. So I do want to give an update on the seasons. The 11 seasons of the Midwest. As you can see, we've been through several winters and other things, but I think that we are now entering the mud season. How do I know this? Because I'm a meteorologist? No, I know this because my little guys, Hope, Harry, and Luna, have been coming in covered in mud and getting it all over everything in the house. So the good news about mud season, everyone, is that we are one season away from actual spring. Not fake spring, but actual spring. So hang in there. I am Jenny Hensley, co-owner and effectiveness coach for Dynamics. And our goal with these pep talks is to help you reclaim your time so you can reclaim your life and love your work again. And we do these particular ones at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings so that you can get your week off to a great start. And excited to share some information with you about interviewing because, especially in the education world, we are in hiring season right now, and some of you have responded to my video I put, what to do if you hate your job or want a new job, and I think some of you may be working on that and are getting into the interviews for your dream job. So I want to share with you some ideas and ways that you can get that dream job. So let's start off with step number one. And again, these are not brand new things, but I'm hoping I can give you a little bit of insight. Tom and I together, when we worked for Olentangy schools, we were hiring over 100 teachers a year and opening 2 buildings. So we've been through hundreds and hundreds of interviews. And I would say that I've seen some of the greatest interviews in the whole wide world and some of the not greatest interviews in the whole wide world, and we can learn from both today. So first of all, prepare and research. Of course, you should look into preparing your information about your resume and all of those things and have copies of all of those. But beyond that, you should find out about the organization that you're planning on joining. If you're planning on joining a new district, a new school, look up their strategic plan. Look even on their social media feeds. Try to get an inside view, something that you have so that it shows and demonstrates that you're really interested in them, because they really want a two-way street. They want somebody that's interested in them, and they want to have the perfect candidate as well. So really take time and prepare and research. That's number one. The next one is prepare for the first question. I think almost every interview, if not every single interview I've been in, begins with this first question. Tell us a little about yourself. So I think it's really good to have that prepared and have about 2 to 3 minutes prepared. A little thing about you professionally, a little thing about you personally, and then I like to coach people that I'm working with to add something unique or something that may have them raise their eyebrows or cause them to want to know more. You know, I may introduce myself, tell a little bit about my background, tell a little bit about my family, and then say, and I'm an avid reader and a Harry Potter fanatic. I do that when I introduce myself to groups anyways, and I can tell you that I usually have 2 or 3 people in the group say, oh, I am too. So again, tell us a little bit about yourself, be prepared, and also have something that makes you stand out, something that they'll find unique. Now, this is a serious, I'm not making this up. I have been in multiple interviews where we ask, and there's usually 2 or 3 people that are doing the interviewing. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And people went on for the entire interview, and we never got to ask another question. 30 minutes or more on tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, I understand that's because people are nervous, but you need to be prepared for that. That's why I'm saying prepare 2 to 3 minutes. If they want to know more, they're going to probe more, and they also have your resume sitting right in front of them. So prepare for that first question And please, please do not go on and on and on and on. They're going to find out about you through the course of the interview. That's the way it's designed to happen. So that's the next one. Okay, this is one that people get so nervous about interviews and don't even listen. So, okay, we're going to have a dog fight here. Stop. They don't even listen. So what you need to do is you need to listen to the question, listen to what's being asked, take that information that you have from your preparation. Stop. You too. Take the information from the preparation and clarify the questions with the group. So if you are not sure about the question, and I like to have a notepad and a pen in front of me so I can kind of jot down what the question was, stop and ask a question, a clarifying question, to make sure you understand what they're asking. Because I've also been in interviews where we ask a question and somebody gives us an answer that has nothing to do with the question that we asked. So listen and clarify. I think people sometimes are afraid that if they stop and reframe or ask more information about the question that it's going to make them look bad. It's the opposite. It makes you look like you're interested. It makes you look like you're engaged and listening if you clarify the question. So, clarify the question. Okay, and all of you that I've worked with and that I'm working with right now on interviews and preparing, I use this exact same formula. Have 3 key points that you want to get across. 3 things about your philosophy. 3 things that are essential to how you do your job and the heart of why you do your job. 3 key points, and then a framing story for each of them. So if you believe in differentiated learning and every child should have their own path to learning, then have an example of what that means. So a quick story of how you have accomplished that in your career and how you or how you might accomplish it in the job that you're interviewing right now. I think it's important to get down to 3 because they're going to anticipate what they're going to ask you. They want to know what you're going to be like as a leader or as a teacher or whatever job you're applying for. So think ahead and think about, what do I really think about those things, so you're prepared. But nothing is better than a quick story that shows that you're just not talking about it, that you've really done it. Be very, very wary of using key terminology that's kind of current right now, unless you can share what it means to you. So, design thinking, social emotional learning. Those are 2 things I hear every single district that I'm in, people are talking about. That is great. And if that is something that those things are things that are at the heart of what you do, they probably are. Be prepared not only to say, talk about, say, social emotional learning, but what that means to you, so that you're not just throwing out the latest current keywords and not able to back it up with what it means to you and also a story. So, oh, hi, Sarah. It's one of Dwight's students. Welcome. So have those three points with framing stories. And again, answer the question and don't go on and on and on and on just because you are nervous. So 3 framing points, 3 points with framing stories. Everybody tells you this. End with a question. Do not make this question general. So C number 1, where I ask you to do preparation and learn something that you didn't know about the school. So you've already done your preparation and you've learned about the school or district. And what you want to do is now work that in to the question, because the goal is for any interview, the best interviews you've ever been in have turned into conversations where you start talking back and forth and it doesn't become question, answer, question, answer. And this ending portion is designed exactly for this. So say, I noticed in your social media and in your vision and mission that you talk a lot about student engagement. Can you tell me where you're working on right now about that? And then they'll tell you a little bit, and then you can share another framing story of how you've done that, and then it goes back and forth and becomes a ongoing conversation. So make sure that you end with a solid question. And just for your own sanity, I always say, can you tell me, the last thing is, can you tell me what the process is when you'll be making a decision? Because there's nothing worse than having an interview and then waiting like 4 weeks to hear what happened, and find out that, oh, they're going to make a decision. They'll tell you, we're going to be interviewing candidates today and tomorrow. We're going to make a decision in the next 2 weeks. So you know what the time frame is. So those are my tips for interviewing. If you have questions, please make sure to share them in the comments. It really helps us if you like and share the information. If you know somebody who's getting ready to go through an interview, share it with them. That is why we do all of these live streams every Sunday, so that it can help you. Please hashtag Reclaim Your Life. Our 2 hashtags are Reclaim Your Life and hashtag Stop Bad Meetings, so that we can get your time back and you can love your job. Have an awesome Sunday, and I end every day the same way. If you are lucky enough to have today off, don't take it for granted. Use your time to enjoy yourself, relax, have fun with family and friends. Have a fantastic Sunday, and remember, we are just passing mud season, and we're going to slide right into spring, everyone. So it's right around the corner. Have a great Sunday.